Doctors have replaced the majority of a patient's damaged skin using genetically modified grafts. In 2015, a 7-year-old boy was admitted to a German hospital with lesions and blisters across nearly his entire body. He suffered from a rare genetic condition called junctional epidermolysis bullosa, JEB, that prevents the epidermis, the outermost layer of our skin, from properly attaching to the underlying base. It results in extremely fragile skin prone to breaking and tearing, and patients with such severe cases often don't survive beyond adolescence. The culprit is a deficiency of the protein laminin 33, and it's caused by a mutation in one of 3 genes. Hail Mary. Faced with slim odds for their patient's survival, the German doctors obtained permission from the boy's parents to attempt a gene therapy technique that had only been applied on a small scale before. It involved taking an unaffected section of his skin and using a retrovirus to implant the correct DNA sequence in the skin cells. Once the fix was in place, the cells were cultured to grow larger patches of new skin, which were then attached to sheets of the protein fibrin and grafted onto the boy's body. This was the first time such an operation had been attempted on a large scale, and it raised questions as to whether the patient's body would accept the modified graft and if the transplanted skin would continue to function properly. That was 2 years ago, and today the boy is going to school, playing soccer and generally living the life of a normal child, the researchers say. For the first time, outside the blood-producing system, it was able to show that transgenic stem cells can permanently regenerate an entire tissue, says Michel De Luca, of the Center for Regenerative Medicine, University of Modena and Reggio Emilia, and a co-author of the paper. All the clinical, biological, and molecular parameters are fine. His epidermis is stable, robust, doesn't blister at all, and its functionality is quite good, he says. De Luca performed the retroviral insertion of healthy DNA and grew the skin grafts in his lab before transferring them to doctors from the burn center at the Ruhr University's hospital in Bochum. The skin grafts stand up to physical stress and function in every way like skin should, without the need for ointments or other treatments, the researchers say in research published Wednesday in Nature. This matches up with the experience of burn victims who receive skin grafts, according to De Luca. If we think about the experience we have in the burns, I would say that this epidermis would stay basically forever, he says. Some of those patients have been observed for 30 years or more, with no major issues. Although the addition of a modified DNA sequence was unique, the operation was functionally quite similar to those that burn patients undergo.